Genesis chapter 5. The descendants of Adam. This is the book of the Genesis of mankind in the day God made Adam, whom he made in God's image. He made them male and female, and blessed them. And the day he made them, he called his name Adam. Now Adam lived 230 years, and begot a son according to his form and image, and named him Seth. After he begot Seth, the days of Adam were 700 years, and he begot sons and daughters. So all the days Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Now Seth lived 205 years, and begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Seth lived 707 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Now Enosh lived 190 years, and he begot Canaan. After he begot Canaan, Enosh lived 715 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. Now Canaan lived 170 years, and begot Mahalalel. After he begot Mahalalel, Canaan lived 740 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. Now Mahalalel lived 165 years, and begot Jared. After he begot Jared, Mahalalel lived 730 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years old, and he died. Now Jared lived 162 years, and begot Enoch. After he begot Enoch, Jared lived 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Now Enoch lived 165 years, and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch was well-pleasing to God for 200 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Thus Enoch was well-pleasing to God, and was not found, for God translated him. Now Methuselah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech. After he begot Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years, and begot sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Now Lamech lived 188 years, and he begot a son. Now he called his name Noah, saying, He will give us rest from our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground the Lord God cursed. After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 565 years, and he begot and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 753 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and he begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 6. Man's wickedness. Now it came to pass that men began to exist in great numbers on the earth, and daughters were born to them. So when the sons of God saw the daughters of men were beautiful, they took wives for themselves of all they chose. Then the Lord God said, My spirit shall not remain with these people forever, for they are flesh. So their days shall be 120 years. Now there were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came in the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men of old, men of renown. Then the Lord God saw man's wickedness, that it was great in the earth, and every intent of the thoughts within his heart were only evil continually. So God was grieved that he had made man on the earth, and he thought this over. Then God said, I will blot out man whom I created from the face of the earth, from man to cattle, and from the creeping things to the birds of heaven, for I am grieved I made them. But Noah found grace in the presence of the Lord God. Noah's righteous Noah builds the ark. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a righteous man who was perfect in his generation and well-pleasing to God. So Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt before God and filled with unrighteousness. Thus the Lord God looked upon the earth, and indeed it was corrupt. For all flesh corrupted their way on the earth. Then God said to Noah, The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with unrighteousness through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of square timber. You shall make the ark in compartments, and cover it inside and outside with pitch. Thus you shall make the ark, 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in breadth, and 30 cubits in height. Now when you assemble the ark, you shall gradually finish it up to a cubit at the top, and set the door in its side. You shall make the ark with lower, second, and third stories. And behold, I am bringing a flood of water on the earth, to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which is the breath of life. Whatever is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall go into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. From every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds after their kind, of animals after their kind, and of every creeping thing on the earth after its kind. 2 of every kind, they will enter into the ark with you, male and female, to keep them alive. You shall also take for yourself all kinds of food to eat, and you shall gather it both for yourself and for them. Thus Noah did according to all the Lord God commanded him. So he did. Genesis chapter 7. The Flood. Then the Lord God said to Noah, Enter the ark, you and all your family, because I have seen you righteous before me in this generation. You shall also bring with you into the ark the clean cattle by sevens, male and female, and the unclean cattle by twos, male and female, and the clean birds of heaven by twos, male and female, to keep seed alive on the face of all the earth. For after 7 more days, I will cause it to rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And I will blot out from the face of the earth every living thing I made. So Noah did all the Lord commanded him. Now Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came on the earth. Then Noah with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives entered the ark because of the flood waters. Also the clean and unclean birds, the clean and unclean cattle, and everything that creeps on the earth entered with Noah into the ark, 2 by 2, male and female, as God commanded him. Then it came to pass, after 7 days, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the floodgates of heaven were opened. Then it rained on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah and his wife, his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives entered the ark. Also, all the wild animals after their kind, all cattle after their kind, every creeping thing moving upon the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, entered the ark with Noah, 2 by 2, of all flesh in which is the breath of life. So those that entered, male and female of all flesh, went in as God commanded him. Then the Lord God shut him in the ark. Now the flood was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. The waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. So the waters prevailed and greatly increased on the earth, and the ark moved about on the surface of the waters. The waters prevailed exceedingly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed 15 cubits upward, and covered all the high mountains. And all the flesh died that moves on the earth, birds and cattle, wild animals, and every creeping thing that moves on the earth, and every man. Thus all things whose nostrils was the breath of life, and everything on dry land died. So he blotted out all living things on the face of the earth, both man and cattle, creeping things, and the birds of heaven. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah and those with him in the ark remained alive. Now the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. Genesis chapter 8. The flood ceases. Then God remembered Noah, and whatever was with him in the ark, all the wild animals, all the cattle, all the birds, and all the creeping things. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the floodgates of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters receded continually from the earth. At the end of the 150 days the waters ceased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So it came to pass, at the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark he had made. Then he sent out a raven, which kept going to and fro until the waters dried up from the earth. He sent out for himself a dove, to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot. And she returned to him in the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her, and brought her to himself in the ark. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent out the dove from the ark. The dove returned to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in her mouth. And Noah knew the waters had receded from the earth. So he waited yet another 7 days and sent out the dove. However, she did not return to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year of Noah's life, in the 1st month, on the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked. And indeed, the surface of the ground was dry. Now in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then the Lord God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons and their wives with you. Also bring out with you every living thing of all the flesh, birds and cattle, and every creeping thing that moves upon the earth. So they made abound on the earth, and increase and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out along with his wife and his sons and their wives. Every animal, every bird, and every creeping thing that moves upon the earth, according to their kind, went out of the ark. Then Noah built an altar to God, and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird, and offered whole burnt offerings on the altar. So the Lord God smelled a sweet aroma. Then the Lord God thought it over and said, I will never again curse the earth because of man's works. Although the mind of man is diligently involved with evil things from his youth, nor will I again destroy every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and spring shall not cease by day or by night. Genesis chapter 9. Thus God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Increase and multiply, and fill the earth, and have dominion over it. For the dread and fear of you shall be upon all the wild animals of the earth, all the birds of heaven, all that move upon the earth, and all the fish of the sea. I have put them under your authority. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as I did the green herbs. But you shall not eat flesh with its lifeblood. Surely for your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of all the wild animals I will require it. And I will require the life of man at the hand of his fellow man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed, because I made man in God's image. So then, increase and multiply, and fill the earth, and have dominion over it. God's covenant with Noah. Then God spoke to Noah and his sons with him, saying, Behold, I am establishing my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and every living creature with you, the birds, the cattle, and all the wild animals of the earth, of all that came out of the ark with you. Thus I will establish my covenant with you, and never again shall all flesh be cut off from the waters of the flood, nor shall there ever again be a flood to destroy the earth. Then the Lord God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you. and every living creature with you, for perpetual great generations. I am setting my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. It shall be when I bring a cloud over the earth, the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. The waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. My rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will certainly remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh on the earth. Again, God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I establish between me and all flesh on the earth." Now the sons of Noah went out of the ark, were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. Then Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. So he drank of the wine and was drunk and naked in his house. Now Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and walked backwards. They covered their father's nakedness. Since their faces were turned away, they did not see his nakedness. Thus when Noah became sober and knew what his younger son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." He said, "Blessed be the Lord, God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the habitations of Shem. Let Canaan be his servant as well." Now Noah lived 350 years after the flood. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.